Let's look at our next assignment called formatting.html. We're going to add italics, bold, underlining. We're going to make bulleted lists and numbered lists, make horizontal rules, and do some pre-formatted coding. There are two kinds of lists. One is unordered, UL, U for unordered, L for list, and that's going to make a bulleted list because it doesn't matter what order they're in. They're in any order. It's just a bulleted list. So notice we have a UL and a /UL, and that's the opening and closing tags. And that just tells the web browser that a list is coming in. And then each thing that you want to have a bullet in front of, you're going to put bracket LI bracket. That's why in the second box here it says LI stands for list item. So each list item makes a bullet within the list. So here you can see the bracket UL bracket starts the list, and then every LI that we want, apples and bananas, those are bullets, and then we end the list. And then here's what it would look like. Apples, bananas would be a bulleted list. An ordered list means they're in a certain order, so that must be a numbered list, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like the following steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only thing that changes is the U from unordered changes to an O for ordered. So you got your opening and closing tags, and again, each LI is going to be listed, but each LI now will make a number instead of a bullet. So there's OL that starts the list. Each list item makes a number, and then we end the list. So there's our output. Oranges, peaches, number 1, number 2. So it's making a list. You can even nest them inside each other. You can have a list underneath a list, underneath a list, and keep going. So you can envision these, like what if every state, like New York, Maine, Illinois, Indiana, those could all be links out to even other websites, couldn't they? So notice we have a big UL and a /UL down the left, and then we've indented shorter unordered lists. This is what that last slide would look like if you actually made the website. Pre-formatting means we're going to format the text ahead of time, just like pre means before. So we're formatting it before we even view it. So this is going to make every single space and every single enter show up on the page. You may recall that I talked earlier about enters in your coding not showing up on your website, which was a good thing. But if we do want them to show up, here's another way to make them actually show up. So I would put bracket PRE, and I would space over a little bit and put the word Monday, and space over a little bit and write no school. And then I would enter and space over for Tuesday and space over for early dismissal. Those are not tabs, those are spaces. HTML does not really see tabs. So this is the one big exception. You actually space bar things over in HTML coding when you want them to show up on the website. Okay, so tabs don't work in the pre-format. So this is what it would look like on the website. Now, if we just took off the PRE tags around that, this is what it would look like, because it would not recognize those spaces, and it would just put it all on one line with no enters or anything. Some other formatting, strong means bold, EM means emphasis, and that's going to italicize, and U means underline. It's important to turn elements off in the reverse order that you turn them on. So notice the order that these are turned on at the front, strong and M, so then we close them off, M and then strong. We turn them off in the opposite order. This is going to make a line across the page. There is a space between the R and the slash. Just like we did with BR to break the line, we do HR space slash. The second one is showing you how you can change the size of it, in other words, the thickness vertically, and the width horizontally. And the default is that it's centered. So even though we said only make it 50% of the page, it's not going to go across the whole page, but it's going to be in the middle. It's going to be a centered line. So this is making a horizontal rule, which means line, across the page. So let's try what we've learned. A lot of this has been worked into the CSS coding as well, so you might see a little variation, but the concepts are all there.